And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to 95.5 KZLC. We are the voice of Louisiana Christian University. It is Tuesday. It's time for our Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. I'm the professor, Al Quartermont, joined by the crew of students who make up our podcast. On the other side of the glass, we start with the one and only, wearing the Lamar Jackson jersey, Danny Cobb.
It's not on. There we go. What's up, guys?
What's up, Danny Cobb?
Nothing much, man. Another day.
Would help if I turned it on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it now. We're good. We're good. All right, sitting next to him, Adán Wright.
Hey.
Adán with the little thing over the A.
The
what do you call
mark.
that?
It's an accent mark.
An accent mark. Okay.
It's like if you in a computer, it is the A, so it's like the A with the accent over it.
Oh, okay.
So
I got you. We can just start calling you Accent.
Okay.
All right, we have Seth Bynog with us.
Yo, what's happening?
How's it going?
It's going all right.
All right, and then Brennan Maye-Jordan sitting next to him.
Yo.
Hey. All right, for whatever reason, we don't have Caleb Cole with us today, which is very disappointing because I was looking forward to seeing who he would pick between the Seahawks and the Falcons this week, the all-bird matchup.
All right.
But instead, we'll have to have him maybe make his picks later. So we'll press on. We will. Let's start, as we always do, with a look at the Louisiana Christian University Wildcats sports teams, starting with football. The Wildcats getting the victory on Saturday, 31-10 down in Stafford, Texas, against North American. Big game for Dalen Charles, 202 yards and 3 of the team's 4 touchdowns. Cats got off to a 7-0 lead with an Allen Hamilton 51-yard touchdown pass to E.J. Scott. Really a play where Scott took a short pass and then took it all the way. Hamilton getting the start, ended up 12 of 19 for 162 yards, also rushed for 34 yards. So let me start with Brennan. When did you guys find out that Allen was going to be the starting quarterback instead of River?
We found out the week of last week because they've been rotating a lot during practice, and so Allen been with the ones a lot last week, and River also was with the ones a lot too. So we found out about Thursday, Friday that he was going to get the starting job to start the game off.
And River did come into the game eventually and close it out pretty much in the fourth quarter. What does Hamilton give your offense with his abilities?
He's a very dual threat quarterback, and also he has a huge arm because we had one play where he tried to throw to E.J. Scott, and he threw it off his back foot about almost 60 yards.
I saw that.
And E.J., he said, he was surprised, how far it got because, he got a big arm, so that's definitely going to help us, and with his legs, too, because he knows how to get out of the pocket and use his speed to get yards and just get out of bounds, make sure he don't get hurt.
I guess the good thing when you have 2 quarterbacks like that, you keep the defense guessing. Now they don't really know who to prepare for.
Yes, then also with Dalen Charles just having a great game, every single game, getting 100+ yards every time, it just make it hard for the defense.
Yeah, Dalen had a huge game, as I mentioned, 202 yards, 3 of your 4 touchdowns. I thought North American played you guys pretty well, especially in the first half, and then you just kind of pulled away in the second half.
Yes, they did. The defense came out. They came out pretty aggressive, and they D-line, they was making this shift every play that was kind of giving our O-line problems. But when we got adjusted to it, that's when we started putting it on them.
Their quarterback was 1 out of 18 starting off the game. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, he was just throwing the ball 30 yards downfield, and the receiver wasn't even there. We were just looking what is he doing?
Yeah. Their running game was okay. They had a big run. You guys gave up another long touchdown run. That's kind of been a problem this year.
It always be that one play to just break for 60 and
Yep. But anyway, a big win. Nice to get the win. You get back to even in conference play, 2-2, and now you host Texas College on Saturday. It's homecoming. Texas College is actually decent this year. They beat North American earlier in the year, 25-21. Last week they beat Arkansas Baptist 49-22. So what are you guys hearing as far as preparing for this game?
Yeah, what I've heard from the players that have been here last year and the year before, they said that Texas College definitely has got way better because it seems like they're getting coached better now, and they also, I heard they have like the leading receiver in the nation right now when it comes to NAIA.
Okay, so it'll be a challenging game.
Yes,
sure,
it will. They're pretty tough.
But your next 2 are at home, so that's kind of nice.
Yes. Finally, no away games right now.
For a little bit. So, all right, let's move on to LCU soccer. And Adán, kind of a split week for the men and women last week.
Some good games over Texas A&M, Texarkana for both the men and the women. So it was a good week, and they shot the LCU up to 25 in the latest NAIA polls until Saturday. And Saturday was a rough one for both the men and the women. The girls lost 1-3, and the men lost 1-6 against LSUS. And it seems to be the consensus, as well as with myself, that there's a lot of individual errors. LSUS really capitalized on any like bit of space that they got. And there's definitely some talent on. Like LSU has a lot of talent. LSU has a lot of good players, but it's one of those things where you gotta, if your head's not on tight, you can get punished for it. And one thing that I've noticed this year, they had a lot of a very, very strong defense last year, and I think the formation that they run, to me, is very risky. And if you don't have very, very strong players in defense, it can get kind of poked holes in very easily. Maybe not easily, but like it can happen, and we see it here, 6-1, and. But they'll be back against Houston Tillotson this Thursday for senior night, which I'll be there for the commentary, and then they'll have a game, Saturday against Houston Victoria at Johnny Downs in Alexandria, one of the Alexandria complexes, because of the homecoming game for football. So it should be a good week for them, but it's got to be something that you bounce back from for sure. Yeah. You really put the effort into.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they were very disappointed, both the men and the women. The women were a little closer, losing 3-1 versus 6-1. So it kind of slows the men's momentum a little bit. They might drop out of that top 25 now. I saw where Shreveport had just been receiving votes, so they likely might jump into the top 25.
Probably.
But a lot of season left.
Yeah, so. There's a lot of time. They in conference especially, they've been really solid, and I think they'll just move forward from here.
Emma Monet had 2 more goals this week for the ladies. She's having a really nice season.
Definitely. I mean, if you look at her numbers, maybe not even just this season, but over the past, 4 years she's been here, she's been one of the best players in LCU women's history. In terms of goals and assists, she's ranked top 3. And there's points that the stats award, 2 points for a goal, 1 point for assist. She's the leading points scorer, Emma Monet. So that's really awesome. And the fact that we'll have a player now who's one of the best players. And also for the men, records broken this week. JP, one of the soccer players, he has the most plays. He's played in the most games in LCU history, and him, along with a bunch of other players, including Shaquem Walkers and other players like him, Audrey, they're also in the top 10 for most games played, and they're all the same core basically that's played these past 4 years. And
when you mentioned the guy who played the most games now, I was merciful to Seth. I didn't put that in our Wildcat Weekly Minute Update, Sports Update, because the name is slightly long. I'm trying to call it up here. So it's, do you say João Pedro Geraldes Franco?
Yeah, but you just say João Pedro. That's his
João Pedro.
They call him JP because, João Pedro. But, he's got a longer name. Yeah. We just call him JP.
I went easier there on you, Seth. So. All right, and the volleyball team, they had another tough road trip, back-to-back weeks facing probably the 2 best teams in the conference. The week before, they had gotten swept down in New Orleans against Xavier, and then last week they traveled to San Antonio and get swept by Our Lady of the Lake University. But they get back home this week, taking on Jarvis Christian, 7 o'clock Friday, noon on Saturday, as part of a homecoming day that will be very busy. The homecoming parade is at noon, and then the football game is at 2 o'clock. And then lastly, our tennis team is back in action. They'll be at the Dillard Invitational in New Orleans Friday and Saturday. All right. How many of you guys got to see the LSU game on Saturday?
Man, that was a good game.
Yeah.
That was one to
That
remember.
game had me on the edge of my seat.
It really did.
Yeah, I just find it crazy how they didn't lead until they won the game.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
they didn't have a lead until they won an OT. That was insane.
You know, Nussmeier, I thought, was off. I mean, his final stats, he was 22 of 51. So he had 29 incompletions. And he only started getting a few more in the fourth quarter. It was worse than that. Had a couple of interceptions, but finished with 3 touchdowns, including the game tire. That throw was absolutely incredible. The throw he made that tied the game.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he do that? And then the throw, I mean, it was like, hey, nice field goal. Ole Miss, first play, boom, hits Kyron Lacey for the touchdown to win the game.
And it was such an easy, catch for him, too. The defender fell, he just caught it, and then...
Because he put a nice
home.
move on
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So broke his leg, as they say. Right?
Kyron Lacey will always be the MVP in my heart.
You like Kyron Lacey?
Yes, sir.
You're a Kyron Lacey fan? I don't blame you. How did he come back from that knee injury? Did you guys see his knee injury earlier in the game? I thought he completely hyperextended it. And the way he went down, you're like, oh, no, he didn't do an ACL, did he? But then all of a sudden, 3 plays later, he was back in the game.
Dude, he's just Kyron Lacey. That's it.
He healed like Deadpool.
That's a good comparison. So, and I'll tell you, I love watching Whit Weeks play defense.
Dude, he's so good.
18
so good.
tackles in the game.
He reminded me of Prime Luke Kuechly, bro.
Yeah.
That was insane.
It's a good comparison. He just has that middle linebacker mentality makeup.
He really does.
He's fun to watch. And thankfully, he didn't get kicked out of the game because he had that helmet-on-helmet hit. But he was just standing there, and the quarterback kind of slid into him. So I think that's what saved him in that one. And Braden Swinton also had 8 tackles and a couple of sacks. That was the best game the LSU defense has played in, 3 years probably?
Yeah, that was a really impressive defensive game from LSU.
Probably the best since they beat Alabama a couple of years ago at Tiger Stadium. So this next game scares me, though, at Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas is a pretty good team.
That is trap game central. And then Texas A&M on the road the next week ahead of Alabama. You get no easy weeks in the SEC, do you?
Yeah, I think this Saturday Texas A&M plays Mississippi State. Looking forward to that.
That should be interesting. A couple of other interesting games from the weekend. Tennessee beat Florida 23-17 after trailing in a lot of that game. Florida, though, losing quarterback Graham Mertz to an ACL injury.
Ooh.
So that's a tough one. Oregon. Did you guys catch any of that game?
Dude,
Yes,
oh
that was
my
a great
gosh,
game.
that game was insane.
I was flipping back between the LSU game and that game, and it was intense. It could be a preview of the national championship game. You never know.
Yeah, and that was a great game.
The one thing about having these super conferences now, like the SEC and the Big Ten, is that you're going to have week in and week out some really big games. The question will be, how much these teams beat up on each other and eliminate each other effectively, and does it make where the end of the year you almost know there's going to be one SEC team and one Big 10 team in the national championship.
Yeah.
So it was Kansas State over Colorado, 31-28. That was kind of a late game.
Yeah, that was very late. I was watching it on the bus.
Yeah, I was watching it too. Didn't it go to 1 a.m.?
Yeah, and then what hurt Colorado? Travis Hunter got hurt second quarter.
What's his status for this week?
He hasn't said anything yet. I checked. They said he hasn't updated yet, but it's his shoulder. So it's day to day.
Yeah. All right, and I love this story. Army and Navy, both schools now in the top 25. That's the first time since 1960.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
The Navy quarterback can run the ball.
That's even before I was born. 1960.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. I think that might have been when Navy had Roger Staubach at quarterback. It was a long time ago. And it's the first time both teams have been unbeaten at this point in the season since 1945.
That's awesome.
That's history.
That's crazy.
I mean, Army and Navy used to be always among the top college football programs, but obviously it's a little more challenging now because you have a lot of challenges trying to bring top talent to a military academy where you're going to be having to serve in the military for a few years after you graduate. So it's not like you can really count on an NFL career. But I love this. And that Army-Navy game this year, it's going to be lit.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
When it comes to these games, I always root for the Air Force because my dad served when he was younger.
Oh, yeah?
And the other week I was watching the Air Force play the Navy.
Navy on top, baby. Navy on top.
Yeah.
My
Their
grandpa served in the
quarterback's
Navy.
their quarterback's really good.
For Navy?
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, Air Force was pretty good.
Yeah, they was.
And they had a really good quarterback back then. So it's fun, though, when the military academies are doing well. So got to feel patriotic about that. Key games this week, we've got now number 1 in the country, Texas, hosting Georgia. And that should be a pretty interesting matchup. We'll see what Texas is made of, won't we?
Arch Manning.
Arch Manning.
Is Arch playing or?
I think it's Quinn Ewers, I think.
Yeah,
Are they?
I know Ewers came back in the game last week, so we'll have to see. And then Alabama will be at Tennessee, number 7 against number 11. That'll be a good one too. So.
Brennan, how do you feel about Alabama after that last game?
We don't blitz. I don't know why we're not blitzing. Like what's the name said? Like blitz, Bama blitz. Like you need a blitz. We don't blitz at all. So
They may need a blitz.
yeah, and we got this new 4-2-5 defense that we've never ran. So it just, I guess, I don't know what's going on. We got to make some adjustments on defense for sure.
Get back to aggressive Alabama football.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we got to do, especially because we haven't won in Tennessee in I don't know how long. Since 2018. Every time we go to Tennessee, it don't look good.
The last time, I guess, would have been when Hendon Hooker was the quarterback. Remember that was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so this is the fun time now for college football. These games start to take on a lot of meaning, for sure. All right, our fantasy league, things are starting to take shape, and I feel like Danny's team, you're the juggernaut.
Hey, you said Adán was a juggernaut like last week.
Yeah, but you ended that.
Hey man, I'm gonna stay humble about it too.
You put the RKO on him.
Hey, both of our teams played really bad. To be fair, realistically, it's just
you had 91 points. He had 81 points.
like that was the lowest scoring game of the week.
You would have lost to every other team in the league this week.
I did lose. So
Even like after the fantasy recap of the game, they were like, "Y'all didn't score any points. This was kind of a snooze fest." And I was like, "Wow, okay."
The website's throwing you shade.
I was like, "All right, like,
wow,
I'm undefeated though. So what does that mean?"
Wow, you're 5-0, and Old Republic falls to 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
So, but maybe you'll meet again in the playoffs.
Probably.
yeah.
It's probably gonna be me versus him for like the championship.
Don's got it circled.
Yeah.
You want him again. You want a rematch.
I want it back. I always want it back. Every time I play Danny, I want it back.
It's like at the end of Rocky. Ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no rematch.
You know who I'm playing this week?
Who you playing this week?
The Fantasy Villains.
Oh,
your coach, bud.
Hey, they came off a pretty good week.
They did. That's why I'm kind of
first-
scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Their first win of the year. Seth, your first win.
All it takes is hard work, dedication, and last-minute changes before Sunday.
That's good
I mean, that's
managerial.
valid. Yeah,
that's
that's
good managing
valid.
right there.
What was your last minute change this last week?
I added Jay Ford as my running back, just so I could get equal points on both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I ended up dropping my defense lineman for J.J. McCarthy, but that was totally useless.
You picked up J.J. McCarthy.
Just for the Vikings game so I could get more points. But turns out that was just useless.
True.
I'm just not gonna question that pickup. I'm just not gonna say anything.
But dude,
All right. I lost to Mardi Gras, 119-105. That's our guy, Grant. So I felt
Man.
sorry for him being an Oakland A's fan. So I threw him a little bone.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But, oh well. Jack Boys beat Christian McDaddy, 121-103.
Good job, Jack Boys.
All right. That would be Brennan's team. And they've improved to 2-3. As we said, it was Danny's team over Seth's. Over Adán's, and Seth's team over Caleb's. Caleb at 1-4. So is Seth 1-4.
Man,
I'm struggling at 2-3. I got to get back up on the up.
Yeah.
So
you got to get up there for playoffs.
I know.
hey, I might be terrible, but hey, I'm not in last.
That's right.
Well, you're tied for last.
So you got that going for you.
Well, no, I guess technically not because you beat him, so you're technically ahead of him.
In like head-to-head.
Yeah.
True. You're on the tiebreaker. All right, let's move on to the National Football League. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we actually had, with the exception of Caleb, pretty good picking week. Mm-hmm. Oh, look who just walked in as I said that. It's Caleb.
Oh man.
So he's about
It's Caleb.
what time? So he's about 40 minutes late.
Yeah,
something like that.
We mark him with the tardy on the absence thing today.
Yeah.
Here's your sheet, man. Nice of you to show up, Caleb.
Yeah.
Like, dang,
I
man.
lost track of time. I was working on some stuff.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Okay.
I
How do you lose
covered for you. I covered for you, Caleb.
Nice
I lost-
excuse, man.
I lost track of time. 40 minutes later.
What was he doing?
Wow.
What'd you lose track of time doing?
I was locked in. I'm telling you. What?
Locked into what?
What? I was editing photos.
Oh. Okay.
But don't worry, Caleb. I covered for you.
He did.
Kind of.
Get sucked in. I mean, it's fun editing photos. You get sucked into it, and you're like, oh.
I'm glad you're
I'm
passionate.
not gonna lie. It kind of is.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're passionate.
All right. So let's look at last week's games. And for the picks, two of you guys went 12-2. That would be Danny and Seth.
Yes, sir.
Way to go,
sir.
fellas. Good job. And you guys picked every single game the same.
Mm-hmm.
The only games you got wrong, you picked Seattle to beat the 49ers, and you picked the
Yeah.
Broncos to beat the Chargers.
If I may add, everyone chose the Broncos.
Yeah.
That's true. We all
It's
did.
just they don't know what they want to do. The Broncos are confused, I think.
Yeah, every time they walk out there, they start scratching their heads like, well, okay, what do we do now?
I feel like if I pick them, they lose. If I don't pick them, they win.
Exactly, bro.
Frustrating. But I still believe in the 49ers. So
Wait.
Adán
Seth,
and I
Seth
were-
got the. Wait, hold up. I just noticed something. The Bills and Jets game. Seth picked the Jets.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
So he's
Dude.
11-3.
What do you
Wait,
mean,
so
why? I was just looking at the thing.
so I won the week.
Yeah. So you're 11-3
All
on
right.
that.
I'll have to fix that.
Tied with Brennan.
I'll fix that for next week.
Let's go. I won the week.
Good catch. Sometimes I can't read my own writing. Yeah, Caleb, you're sliding. You went 6-8 for the week, and
That's what he gets for trying to edit photos.
picture this.
This has not been my 5 minutes. That's what this is.
That's a good
I
one.
realized,
That's a good one.
oh shoot, I am very late. I run over here to find out I'm losing, and my fantasy team lost too.
Yep.
Yep, you lost to Seth, the first team in the league to lose to him.
Nah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I might just call this show.
I don't know
quits.
whether to be
You
flattered.
shouldn't have even showed up
I don't know whether to
today.
be flattered or highly offended.
It's okay. I'll avenge you this week. Don't
I
worry.
thought he was ducking us, but he's here. He's here. All right. So yeah, Danny goes 12-2. So then Seth and Brennan both went 11-3. Feel free to correct my math and my marking of the picks. So the only team that Brennan, the only games you lost, you picked the Seahawks, the Jaguars against the Bears, and then like all of us picking the Broncos. So the Bears actually looked pretty good on Sunday in London.
Caleb Williams almost dropped 30 fantasy points,
He had
man.
4 touchdown passes.
Man,
He's good.
he's good.
Kinda. He picks his weeks.
You might get some fresh polish on those nails.
Okay. Why do we? Yeah.
Let's see. And also I went 11-3, I might add. So the only other game I got wrong, well, I got the Jaguars game wrong, Broncos game wrong, and I picked Washington to beat the Ravens.
This is why you don't go
Have
against
faith in Lamar.
the flock, bro.
Yeah, that was the pick that both Adán and I made, but
Yep.
it didn't.
I made
work
it for family, so I don't regret it.
out. Yeah. And Caleb, you went 6-8. You had a rough week.
Yes, I did.
All right, so the overall league standings, not including week 1 because Caleb and I didn't pick that week, but up-to-date league standings, in first place would be Danny, 46-30.
And I started out 6-10. I just want to add.
Ooh. So you're 40-20 since then.
Mm-hmm.
Should be You're hot. You're on a roll.
I am, bro. I had to find the scheme of how NFL games are going this year, and then pick based off that.
Figure out the scheme.
He's got the scheme.
I have the script of the NFL
in
season.
second place is Brennan, 45-31. So he's got it going. Third is Adán and myself, 44-32. I thought you'd be way smarter than I am in this.
Why would I be smarter than you? I watch a lot less football than the rest of you.
Okay. And then bringing in fifth place would be Caleb, 42-34, and Seth, 41-35.
Dude, every week I'm climbing the ranks.
So first to last is separated by 5 games. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty good. After 5 weeks.
We all have positive records.
We do. And we'll try to keep that going this week. Speaking of, we come to this week's picks.
Man, this week has some hard games. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, you are not lying. It is tough. It's really tough. So we'll start with the Thursday night game. Your New Orleans Saints, which we didn't really talk about their loss, but Spencer Rattler looked pretty good in the first half, but in the second half, the Bucs dialed up their defense, and he couldn't do much. The Saints defense utterly collapsing in the second half.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield just torched them.
Yeah.
I added up to a pretty sizable loss, giving up 51 points. So the Saints started out 2-0. Now they've lost 4 straight.
I give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was afraid this might happen.
If they lose this week, do they make a change of coach?
I don't know if it's a coach change. I mean, maybe
like a defensive coordinator.
I don't know, something.
Something's not right all of a sudden. Which, I mean, Derek Carr's hurt, but 2 games they definitely should have won. They should have beaten the Eagles, and then they should have beaten Atlanta.
It just felt like after that Eagles game, everything went downhill.
Yeah, it kind of has. It's like the balloon popped. So they host the Broncos. Which Broncos team? We don't know. Sean Payton's return to New Orleans. So he'll be jacked up and he'll have his team ready to go.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I sat there and looked at the game and I was like, maybe the Saints can do something this week. But also, like, the Broncos are just, like, the most confusing team ever. So you never know. They might drop, like, 70 points just for no reason. I'm going to go Broncos just because, yeah.
All right.
Then, like I said, I gave up on the Saints, so I'm going to go Broncos as well.
Yeah, I'm also in the same page as Adán. The first 2 games, they were goated, but now it makes you ask yourself, what happened?
Who did they beat the first 2 weeks? The Cowboys,
Panthers.
And the Panthers.
Yeah.
Now that you look at it from this week, that doesn't look like. I mean, it was a good game, obviously, against the Cowboys, but.
And the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys after this last week, they're not good.
Or maybe the Lions are just really good.
I think both. I think it's a combination of both.
But back to what I was saying, I think I'm gonna go to the Broncos on this one.
Yeah, Broncos too. Saints suck.
Wow.
Man.
Caleb?
Last time I didn't go with the herd here. I had a negative score, so I'm going to go with the Broncos as well.
Nice.
Yeah, there's part of me that wants to pick the Saints, but I don't want to be an idiot.
Well, I was thinking about
Mr. O, you're
picking
not
the
an
Saints
idiot.
too. So I
I want to, but I just feel like they're going to lose.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, and then we're back in England. Another game, chap, in London with the Patriots and the Jaguars.
This might be the worst game to bring to another country.
Yeah, they might say, don't ever bring the NFL back after this game.
This is why English people make fun of our sporting events
That's
for
right.
games
Low
like
key.
this.
Like, why didn't they put the Ravens-Buck game in England? Pats, Jags, man. I don't even know. Like, maybe they're cheaper as shit. I don't know. I'm going Patriots. Like, I have Patriots put down, but it's like...
You believe in Drake May?
He played good, man. He didn't really play that bad.
He did.
Yeah, I just don't believe in the Jaguars, so I'm just going to go Patriots.
This is another situation where I wish both teams would lose because I lost my faith in the Patriots years ago after they got rid of Tom Brady. But I'm still not gonna go for them again. So I'm gonna say Jaguars.
I'm never picking the Jaguars again after last week, so I'm going with the Pats.
All right, Caleb.
America, Patriots.
All right. I'm like perplexed on this, but I'm gonna roll the dice and go Jags.
I do think it's a 50-50 pick though.
It is
like
literally flip a coin.
if it's any of the games for me to lose, it'd be this one.
Yeah, it'll probably be a one-score game. It'll be decided by a field goal either way.
A field goal game. It'll be a 3-0 game.
If I may,
Or 3-1.
Jaguars 24, Patriots 3.
I don't even know.
24.
Okay,
that's
crazy.
generous.
Okay. All right, Lions Vikings. Tough call. Tough call.
If we're looking at the Lions from last week, this Lions team is very scary. Although they did lose Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know if you saw the clip, but you can literally hear his like leg snap
That's
from
so
the replay.
I chose not to watch it.
Yeah.
You
You can hear his leg like actually snap
It was
in the replay.
heartbreaking. It's so good. So good.
It's not.
But this Lions team, like the offense is really good. The Vikings might be undefeated, but their last game they didn't look that good. So I don't know if maybe they're gonna fall. I just think the Lions are a better team. I'm going Lions.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Lions. I think again they look very, very scary.
Yeah, the Lions have proved themselves to be a worthy opponent for the Vikings, so I'm gonna stay Lions.
Yeah, Lions been hot, like really hot lately, so I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Lion or a Viking, Caleb?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Because, like, the Vikings... See, now y'all got me thinking like a sports person and not like making a stupid decision.
You didn't think like you. Think like...
Because, like, the Vikings have been doing good, you know? But at the same time, the Lions did good last week.
If I may, Caleb, I'll help you with this. Mufasa or Thor?
Thor is not a Viking. Or is
Norse
he?
god,
Is he?
same thing.
Okay.
Very much.
I didn't know if we technically consider him a Viking.
because he's Norse. Yeah.
Also, I haven't picked something different yet, so I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Ooh.
But that's like also a pick that's not like crazy. Yeah. No one's out here like, oh wow, you picked the Viking. No, it's like okay, that's a decent pick.
Well, they are number one in NFC North, so I can see why he would pick them.
Yeah, and they have a good defense. They really do.
They do.
Lions have a good offense. So really might come down to more to the Vikings offense against the Lions defense, which will be hampered without the great Aiden Hutchinson. So
do we know if Justin Jefferson injured?
No, he's playing.
Okay.
until they lose, I'm going to go Vikings. All right, Titans Bills.
Even though, yeah, I'm going.
By the way, the Bills have just traded for.
They traded for Amari Cooper, man. Amari Cooper,
Something
bro.
they needed.
So they have their number one receiver now, right?
They do.
Theoretically.
Well, we'll see. Keon Coleman might still be wide receiver one.
Maybe.
But I'm going with the Bills here. The Titans are just not a good team.
Not Titanic.
No, they're not. They don't have Derrick Henry to carry them through their season anymore.
Yeah, I will also be picking the Bills. Better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Bills because I've never once rooted for the Titans.
Bills, no question.
Caleb, Bills, Titans.
I'm pretty sure the Titans have let me down every time I picked them, so I'm going Bills.
Well, they're like really bad. Like really bad.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bills too. All right, Dolphins, Colts.
Old man Joe.
Flacco and
You already know.
we trust in Flacco.
Man.
You got the win last week, right?
He did.
We trust in Flacco. I'm on with it.
In Flacco, we trust.
Should I just put Flacco down instead of Colts?
Oh, yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
That's the sole reason I'm going for the Colts is for Joe Flacco. If they put Anthony Richardson back in, I'm not going for them anymore.
Oh, okay.
And Flacco, we trust. Yeah.
It's
So
safe for me-
Flacco.
It's safe for me to say that for me and pretty much everyone else in this podcast to say Flacco. So Colts.
All right.
Colts.
Caleb?
I saw a random reel of a Colts mascot. And it was pretty funny, so I'm going with Colts.
There you go. Yeah, I can't pick the Dolphins at this point. Colts. It is. All right, this is going to be a challenging pick for Caleb. Seahawks against Falcons. And it's a challenging pick for us.
It really is. Because the Falcons didn't even look that good against the Panthers. Like, I don't know. I still do think they're a really good team. At the end of the day, they were just kind of playing sloppy last week. And then the Seahawks, they're like, I don't know. They also don't know what they want to do. Like, they'll do good some weeks, and then some weeks they're just like, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Falcons though, just because they've been on this little streak.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll agree. The Falcons have been looking. I mean, I don't say looking good, but they're winning, and winning is important. So yeah, Falcons.
I don't want to be stupid on this. I have to listen to reason, and I'm gonna say the Falcons.
Okay.
Falcons.
Caleb, which bird?
The Falcons has a better logo.
Okay.
That's a good reason, I guess. So, all right. And I'll go with the Falcons too. I think they'll win that game. All right, this one's a good one. Texans Packers, tough to pick.
Yeah, as much as I want to go for the Pack, just because I love like the Packers and Jordan Love and what they have going on. Jaden Reed's injured, or he's questionable. Might not play. And plus, I'm still, the Texans are still a team of mine that I enjoy. I love C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins and that whole team. I'm going Texans as much as I do want to go for the Pack.
Okay.
I'll also go Texans because C.J. Stroud.
I'm gonna make it interesting, and I'm gonna say the Packers.
It's actually not a bad answer, actually. But Stephon Diggs' favorite receiver, so Texans.
All right, Caleb.
I'm going to go with the Texans.
I am going to go, as Seth is, with Green Bay because Jordan Love is starting to play some really good football.
He is, man.
He's looking good. And
NFC North is
they welcomed Dontavian Wicks. They welcomed Romeo Dobbs back with open arms. And he produced.
He did.
Sure about opening arms.
Well, literally opening arms. They hugged after his first touchdown.
Yeah. Christian Watson came up and hugged him.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's all good, bro.
It's all good.
We good. So that's going to be a fun game. Man,
It is.
I'll tell you what, if you have NFL Red Zone, make sure you're watching the 12 o'clock games because it's going to be back and forth with Red Zone. Scott Hansen's going to have his hands full. Bengals are at the Browns.
Man, the Browns are horrible. Man, Deshaun Watson.
What happened, Deshaun?
Can Deshaun Watson go into free agency and then they pick up, I don't know, somebody that's in free agency that's decent?
Then another thing I don't get why all the good games be at 12 now.
Right.
And then
right.
Sunday night is horrible.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
I agree with you, especially this week.
Just get the Browns out of the league. I'm going Bengals, Brown. I gotta go Bengals.
All right.
Put them in the CFL.
Put him in the CFL.
Not even probably the XFL, bro.
XFL. Put him in the XFL.
Is anybody going to pick the Browns in this game? Or should I just write Bengals?
Well, actually, I'm just kidding.
You better do. Picking the Browns. Oh my
Dude, they
gosh.
almost did beat the Eagles Sunday, but that's not enough.
Bro, because the Eagles aren't that good.
Caleb, Browns or Bengals?
Still stupid naming a team after a color.
All right. Okay. The good old NFC. You got something else to say?
Yeah. And brown is just like a muted orange.
It is.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not even really brown.
Brown isn't a color.
Yeah.
A muted orange.
Muted orange. That's funny.
Wait.
All right, Eagles Giants, a good old NFC East matchup.
Is Neighbors playing this week? Actually,
I don't think so.
I'm checking.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it in fantasy, at least, and I have.
Don't you have? Yeah, you have Neighbors. Let's see. What's it looking like? What are they saying? There's no updates. Thanks, Fantasy app. Appreciate that one.
It's just he's just questionable. They don't know.
All right. Well, either way, Eagles beating the Browns by only 4 points is crazy. I'm going Giants.
Wow.
I was gonna go Giants too. I'm trying to be controversial, but you keep taking the picks. Yeah, and I just think the Eagles are terrible. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Eagles. Daniel Jones ain't nothing.
I'm gonna still go Eagles just in case.
Okay.
Giants still terrible.
Caleb Cole.
I'm still deciding.
Do you like Eagles or
we-
Giants?
We need your pick.
We're a giant Eagle.
You are on the
Or a
clock.
giant eagle? Yeah.
You are on the clock.
You're on the clock.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'll
dun,
go with the
dun.
Eagles.
Oh, and this also Saquon Barkley first time back in New York.
That's true.
Saquon
Oh.
did horrible last week, bro.
He really did.
Something's wrong with the Eagles.
Something's wrong with every NFL team.
That's true. That's true.
Except the Vikings right now.
Except the Vikings.
I can't bring myself to pick the Giants. I'll go Eagles.
Is it because they know I'm picking? Is that why they're doing so crazily this year?
That's got to be what it is.
Maybe I
And
don't
watch
even
this
know.
podcast. Hear that you picked them and we're like, we gotta lose.
Facts.
All right. Two teams that both at one point played in Los Angeles before one went back to Oakland and one went to St. Louis, but then went back to Los Angeles while one went to Las Vegas. Yes, it's the Raiders and the Rams.
Man,
I don't like this game.
I picked a team. Now that I look at it, I don't know if I wanted to go with the team that I picked originally.
And we might add that Devontae Adams is no longer a Raider.
He's joining Uncle
Man,
Aaron.
but they're what's their tight end's name? Bowers or whatever.
Brock Bowers.
He's actually really good.
He is good.
Man, I don't know. I had the Rams down, but I don't know if I want to go for the Rams. I'm going Rams because of Kyron Williams.
Okay.
I'm also gonna go Rams because of Kyron Williams because he's on my fantasy team and he's been
He's
so
good.
He's
He's
so
good every year.
He's so good.
He is good. Good football player.
Man, I don't know. The Raiders did just lose Devontae Adams.
Not that they were using him.
They really were.
He didn't want to be there anyway.
Hey, they use him against the Ravens.
He just gets an A for effort. I'm gonna go Rams.
Okay.
The last 2-3 times I done picked the Raiders, they lost every time. So Rams.
The autumn win is a Raider.
They let me down last week too, so I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right.
Wait, Mr. Al, you're the only one going for the Raiders?
No,
Oh,
No.
I'm going to
I was
Rams.
about to say.
I feel like the
Uh-oh.
Raiders are on the brink of quitting as a team.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those teams.
Yeah. Panthers, Washington.
Washington. No, I don't even want to think about this team.
Washington.
Bro, what even happened with Andy Dalton? He clearly
Dude,
He's
wait.
been Andy Dalton.
Wait, have y'all seen the picture? It was Andy Dalton went to the sideline after, I think it was a 4th and out or something. And it was Bryce Young standing behind him just smiling like he knew he was going to get his job back. That was the caption. It was like when you know you're getting your job back and it was just Bryce Young smiling.
Then the other thing was the announcer. So Bryce Young was sitting on the sideline. They had they were showing him, and they was like, "This why you put Andy Dalton in. He's going to show you how a real professional do it." Soon as he said that, Andy Dalton threw a pick six.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh my
The
goodness.
caster curse.
He was
The
hilarious.
caster curse.
Wow.
Dude, I say we replace Andy Dalton with Sheamus because they look alike.
No kidding. Feed your lawn. Feed it. Do you get the reference?
Celtic
No.
Warrior.
You've
Not
never
really.
seen those commercials? The guy with the red hair? No.
That's not a very descriptive
The
description.
guy with the red hair.
He looks like Andy Dalton. All right. So Seth, you're on Washington.
Yes, sir.
Brennan, Washington.
Yep.
Caleb.
Have you guys ever noticed how many of these mascots are either a cat or a bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
is a
all
lot.
of them. Like what in the world? I'm going with Washington.
Washington's used to be an Indian, but no longer.
Used to be a redskin.
A redskin. A Native American.
Dude,
And
I
the
miss the old days.
the tribe that the logo was based on, they want I've heard they might sue to try to get them to change the name back
yeah,
Sue,
I saw
do
that.
It, please,
I saw that.
please,
Yes.
please get our Redskins back.
because
You
they.
You know what's funny? I was watching the Ravens game, and one of the commentators kept calling them the Redskins for like
Really?
most of the game. Yeah.
It's
I
hard
do that
to
for
change.
LC.
Yeah.
I say LC a lot.
There was at one point they called them the Washington football team, and that name is horrible.
Oh, that was awful.
That's awful.
The
It's
football
like,
team.
I just can't call Cleveland the Guardians. I keep still calling them the Indians.
Because that's just a better name than the
Yeah,
Guardians.
like
Yeah.
I'm surprised how Tioga hasn't gotten sued for their.
Because it's
using
not
Indians.
offensive to anyone. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
well,
Like if you're suing everyone, why haven't you sued Tioga yet?
I guess I don't know.
I mean, I shouldn't say that.
yeah. Let's not be
Yeah.
offensive on
We-
the
we-
radio
we
show.
don't wanna get
well, we
canceled.
kind of already were offensive. We could have got canceled several times. I think already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to blame
Republic.
this guy for it.
Yeah, or blame him.
Speaking of Chiefs against the 49ers.
Man,
Man.
that is also a. I want the Redskins back.
They could just take out the I and be the chefs and have like the Chef Boyardee.
Gordon
logo.
Ramsay can be their
I think they could have
It's
the,
just this, him doing
Yes.
they could have the Chef Boyardee logo.
They're cooking.
Idiot sandwiches.
I'm going Chiefs though, man.
Ooh.
They just can't. They can't lose right now.
Yeah. No matter how like,
unstoppable.
no matter how bad they've looked in certain games,
Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball backwards the whole game and they'd still win somehow. Like I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's sorcery.
It really
may be.
is.
It may be.
It's the Taylor Swift. Like she put a curse on that team or
She
something.
has to.
I don't
Yeah.
know. She's a witch.
Either that or she just uses
No.
her money to get the Chiefs to win.
Taylor Swift is a witch.
Yeah.
Listen, we know about teams that have a lot of money. They
Dude,
lost
you
42
will
to
get
7.
us canceled for that if
Wait.
any of the Swifties on campus here.
Bro, I know a couple. All right, I don't
Dude.
care.
Dude,
Kanye better, buddy.
Danny, you are going to start a riot.
Good.
All the people who watching this
It's
podcast,
not like they're-
all the Swifties.
It's not like
man.
there's not riots on campus every day about people probably argue all the time.
riots though.
Again.
Yeah.
This would be it. This would be the thing that divides the campus in half.
That's
The first
true.
Civil War.
Good.
of
Kanye
LCU.
better, bro. Like,
Maybe
cancel
if
me.
Maybe if the Eagles got a
Kanye better,
maybe
bro.
Eagles
You
got
sound
a
That should be the
celebrity,
name
we'd
of
do
your
better.
fantasy team.
Maybe it'll be my basketball fantasy.
There you
To
go.
any female celebrities, I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts is single and ready to mingle.
Why
What?
are you trying to help Jalen Hurts?
If we get
Advertising
if we get a
That's
female
glaze.
celebrity,
Oh,
then maybe the Eagles would do better.
That's glazing, Seth.
Y'all don't have Taylor Swift. There's just nothing you can do about it. Taylor Swift makes their plays. Head
This man
coach.
said, I think Jalen
Either that
Hurts
or
is
just pays the
single
other
and
team
ready
to
to
lose.
mingle.
I heard-
Ready to.
Are you kidding me?
I think J-Lo's single, but she may be a little old.
I'm single. Like, why can't you help me out, Seth?
I'm sorry, Danny.
You're not the quarterback for the Eagles. That's why.
Like, all right, bro. We got
Yeah,
it.
but he's 5-0 in fantasy.
I am.
That'll get you all the ladies right there.
No.
You put in your Hinge bio. I'm 5-0 in fantasy.
Hinge bio.
Yeah.
What's better? Like,
Hey
Tinder,
girl,
Hinge?
hey girl.
Tinder.
Here's my Twitch handle.
No, that's great.
The only thing is
It's funny because I probably would do something like that.
follow me on Draft Sensei. Like that's.
Yeah. Hey, if you can't support my, like, what I like, then you're just not it. You know what I mean?
Word.
In other news, Jets or Steelers.
Wait,
No,
we
we're
didn't
not
finish.
done with Chiefs.
Oh, I'm sorry,
we are
I'm
still
sorry,
in
I'm sorry,
Chiefs
I'm sorry.
Niners,
We're
bro.
not done with the
Adán-
We got
Adán
off track.
has
with the refs.
I just
Adán-
figured
I went Chiefs. I went Chiefs.
You did, okay.
I went with the Taylor Swifts.
Chiefs.
Refs.
Who'd you pick?
Kansas City refs. Chiefs.
The
Oh,
ref.
okay.
Change their colors to white and black.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, Chiefs, 49ers.
I saw this video of Gordon Ramsay and it was pretty funny, so I'm going with the Chiefs.
Nice.
The chefs.
Okay.
Chefs.
I am giving you my ironclad lock pick of the week.
Really?
San Francisco 49ers.
Did they lose
I
last
really
week?
hope they win.
No, they beat the Seahawks game.
Oh, that's right. I picked them.
Yeah.
San Francisco
And Debo Samuel actually did decent for once.
49ers.
You see what happens when Debo does something?
Yep.
They win.
They win. All right, now we get to the Jets Steelers, the reunion of Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams.
Yeah, I asked this earlier. Do y'all think Davante is going to be that much of like an impact for them to beat the Steelers? Like honestly,
I feel like he needs a week. I think he needs a week.
It's gonna take him out. I think it's a little too late.
Yeah.
But it's gonna end up being good for them, but not this year.
what do you think, Mr. Al?
I think they might work him in a little, but I mean, he's probably going to be somewhat. I'm going to guess maybe they run somewhat a similar offense to they did in Green Bay, so he may be able to pick up on some of that. And those two know each other. So.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was like, it'll probably take them a little bit to kind of get used to like playing with each other again. Pause. Yeah. But I'm gonna go Steelers this week.
Okay.
Yeah. They do have Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson, now Tay Adams. That's a good.
I have a feeling Mike Williams isn't going to see a lot of balls this week after last night. Did you see where Rodgers said that he ran the wrong route?
Oh yeah, I
on the
did see that.
interception?
Yeah. Quarterbacks are always getting mad like that though. They're like not like receivers not communicating what they're actually doing, or they run their routes wrong.
I will tell you this. The Steelers are apparently giving Russell Wilson first-team reps this week.
What?
I might have to
Why?
go with the Jets.
Wait, actually?
I mean, they're 4-2. Why would they not want to make a quarterback change?
Oof.
I'm kidding, of course.
This seems like the right game for
I
it.
need to do that because I'm starring Justin Fields.
Yeah, I saw the Steelers, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Steelers.
Hey, Najee did good too. He like actually like ran the ball last week.
He looked as good as he has looked in like 2 years.
Yeah. So
If he runs like that,
hopefully.
Then he'll have a pretty good future.
yep. Steelers, Jets, who'd you pick?
After what went down
Speaking of the microphone.
Get him, Mr. L.
Dude, after what happened last night, it makes my faith a little shaky on Uncle Aaron. But he's got Davante Adams. But Adams is going to need like a week to prepare. But I'm still going to go Jets.
I think every time you call him Uncle Aaron, like he loses.
You say you lost faith, but to be honest, he only lost by 3 points against a team like the Bills.
And really, if their field goal kicker could make field goals.
That too, like
Yeah.
the field goal kicker sold them.
terrible
that one
kick.
He goes doink.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers
Because
played
the
bad
announcer
last night.
said
Yeah.
he's seen better kicks on college game day.
That's awesome.
I'm
That's
going to
great.
go Steelers.
All right. Caleb, do you go with the steel curtain or the sack exchange?
The sack exchange?
What?
What does that mean?
What?
What is a sack exchange? I don't get that
That's
one.
going way back. So in the 1980s, the Jets had a really good defensive line with Joe Klecko, Mark Gastineau, Abdul Salam, and Marty Lyons. And they called them the New York Sack Exchange based on the New York Stock Exchange.
Gotcha.
See what they did there?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I see what they did. I just don't like it.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah.
So do you go Jets, Jets, or the Steelers?
Steelers.
Straight like that.
All right. I feel like if the Steelers do play Russell Wilson, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
That's
think
kind of
so,
how
too.
I feel. But maybe if Najee can play like he did last week, then they'll be good.
I'm going to make a dumb pick and take the Jets.
I don't think it's a dumb pick. I really don't.
Either.
So we'll see. Ravens, Bucks. This is a tough one at Tampa.
In Tampa?
I'm already repping it today. I got
got
my
his
Lamar
Lamar
jersey
jersey.
on. You already know I'm going with the flock. Come
I
on.
feel like the more I hate on this team, the more they win. So I'm just going to stop doing that.
Why you hating on the Ravens?
Yeah.
Because Danny's a Ravens fan.
Come on,
I'm a
Flock
Ravens
Nation.
fan.
Hey,
No, but like, you know.
you know
roommate.
who Adán likes? The Commanders.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I do.
He's not a Cardinals fan. He's just a Kyler Murray
Fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Fanboy.
something, but I can't say that on the radio.
I know what you're going to say too.
Lazy.
Yeah. Ravens, by the way.
Okay.
What?
I'm sorry,
Hang on. Smell it. Let Seth make his pick.
You know what? I'm gonna go Bucks because I can name more Hall of Famers from the Bucks, or more
That's your-
better players than from the Bucks than the Ravens.
Are you serious?
Tom Brady,
The best running back in the league.
any player doesn't matter.
They just got Tom Brady.
Are you?
We got Tom Brady. We had
The
Mike Evans.
The look on
Mike Evans is
Danny's
your-
face.
Dude,
The look on
Mike
Danny's
Evans
face.
is-
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Like JPP? What?
Like this is what you're like putting up against is like the best of all time.
And, no, I'm not. Gonna,
Mike Evans is
I'm
a
not,
good-
I'm not
So,
gonna, I'm
all
not
right.
gonna, I'm not
Don't
gonna
make
say-
me start.
You can't really claim.
You forgot
Tom
about
Brady.
Hardy Nickerson.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
And no, I'm not gonna say his name.
You forgot about Leroy Selman.
What?
They're
It's
all
like
looking
calling Kevin Durant like a Brooklyn legend.
Yeah, like
Also,
he
Doug
can't
Martin.
really-
Doug Martin.
Doug Martin was good.
Trent
Yeah,
Dilfer.
for 2-3
Trent
years
Dilfer.
he was going crazy. With Flock Nation.
All right. Danny, do you go Bucks? Do you go Ravens? He's got a picture of a Raven
Caleb.
on his phone. right now. It says on
Did Danny put that on there for you, Caleb?
A group. Y'all keep saying flock. A group of ravens. I just googled it. Is called an unkindness. Yeah.
It's called a
Yeah,
murder.
an unkindness. No, that's
Yeah,
a group of
crows.
crows.
That's crows.
But
It's
the,
called
the
an
Ravens
unkindness.
fans are called Flock
Yeah, we call it
Nation.
Flock.
No,
Nation.
it's unkindness.
Yeah, so
you're
you're just unkindness.
You're unkind.
I'm not.
You call me ugly every day.
You called. Never mind.
Which sounds,
Yeah, and I
which
call you
sounds
fat.
dumb. It really does. However, Seth beat me this week, so I'm not gonna go with his pick. So I'm going with the Ravens.
Let's go, Flock Nation.
Speaking of Flock Nation, how about the moron who got out of the game and was trying to pick fights with Washington fans? Did you see the video?
No,
of
I
this?
did
It
not.
was on Twitter, and people found out who it was and blasted his name. And
Wait, it was like just a random guy.
yeah, he was a drunk Ravens fan.
Oh,
He
nice.
started he started attacking people wearing Washington jerseys.
Well, that's a way to invite people to M&T Bank Stadium.
So he might be deflocked.
That's unfortunate.
Deflocked. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I was about to say he's getting plucked.
You
Pause.
can go Ravens.
I'm gonna go Bucks in this one.
No, Mr. Al, why?
Quoth the Raven.
I believe in Baker Mayfield.
Didn't you go against the Ravens last week?
Probably. Yeah, I took Washington.
Come on, man. Flock
be-
Nation.
If they win this week, I'll never pick against them. the rest
Bet.
of the year. All right.
Quoth the Raven.
Let's shake on it.
And lastly,
Nevermore.
There we go.
metaphysical handshake.
Yeah.
And lastly, Chargers, Cardinals.
Gosh, this is a terrible game to give up on Kyler Murray.
You know what's crazy? I didn't pick this one yet because I don't know. I still don't know.
It's a hard one to pick because you don't know which Chargers team you're going to get.
Or
And you don't know which Cardinals team you're going to get.
Man, if we get good Kyler Murray, then they gonna win. If we get mid Kyler Murray, then it's gonna be a 20 to 23 game.
What about J.K. Dobbins?
Oh wait, Marvin Harrison's out too.
Yeah, he is.
Man.
What happened to him? He got hurt?
Yeah, I don't know what happened though because I didn't watch the game or anything.
There have been
But
too many injuries in football this year.
there's a lot of college injuries too.
Yeah.
They need to all start wearing the head thing. What's it called? The safety helmet?
The
Oh
helmets?
Yeah.
With the extra padding.
Mm-hmm.
But most of their injuries is legs and shoulders.
He has a
It's not a lot of
concussion.
Oh, he does. Does he have a
Should have
concussion?
been wearing that helmet.
Okay. Well,
He got an F7 though. That's one of the best ones for a concussion.
I do like what Mr. Al said. J.K. Dobbins. Has he done I haven't kept up with J.K. I don't know if he's done good
He had a
this
good game
year.
last week.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in my lineup this week.
Well, I have I dropped Justin Herbert for Kirk Cousins. So,
Good move.
Yeah.
I did that last week, I think. Yeah. But, I'm going to go Chargers, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
This is genuinely, this is my last straw with the Cardinals. If they lose this week, I'm done. Done picking them. I'm gonna drop Kyler Murray and everything.
Wow.
Maybe
That's your franchise QB.
he is. I don't know what I'm gonna do,
But I
but
just hear a piano.
I can trade you Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
actually,
No, I won't.
I'm
look
looking down.
Can you give me Baker Mayfield?
I'm open
All
to
right,
trades.
after this,
I'm open to trades.
after this
I
week,
am too.
after this week,
All right.
if they lose, we're trading. Okay,
Okay.
I'll take Baker Mayfield.
Unless Seth makes me a good offer.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not making you an offer. I'm
Any
just
player
gonna say
you want. You name it, I'll give you. I'll give
Whoa.
you any player.
For Baker Mayfield,
Any
that's
player you
crazy.
want.
Bro's
anyone.
going to lose out the rest of the league.
I am going to look at his team tonight.
Valid. Trade with me, Mr. L.
Nah, I'm gonna go with
Dude,
Daniel. I'm going with Daniel on this. I'm gonna say Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers since Marvin Harrison is out too. So Gotta go Chargers.
Caleb,
I'm gonna stick with the Cardinals.
he loves
Okay.
his birds. He loves his birds.
Mr. Howard, you don't have Baker Mayfield.
Oh wait, it's in my other league. I do.
Bro, just got everyone excited for no
Man,
reason.
I was excited.
I have Jaden
Wait.
Daniels.
Who has Laporta? I want to trade with
I have
whoever has
Jaden
Laporta.
Daniels and Jordan Love. That's right. That's the league. This is the league. I have Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels.
Those are still good QBs.
Yeah.
I'm open to a trade for one of them.
I want to trade for Jordan Love. I won't trade for Jaden Daniels because I feel like that's going to cost me my life savings.
Your life savings.
And I'm gonna go with the.
Whoa. Bro got mute jammed. Nah.
That's a tough game to pick. I'm gonna go. Gosh. I'll go Cardinals and live to regret it.
Live to regret it.
Just like me. Yay!
Yes.
Wait. Dang. Do I need to?
last
Couple of notes to wrap up the week. The NBA preseason continues. Regular season starts next Tuesday, a week from today.
We gotta draft
This Thursday.
quickly.
Fantasy basketball draft this week.
I'm gonna live stream it
Thursday.
on Twitch.
We're gonna do
No,
it
I'm kidding.
Thursday. We're gonna do a fantasy basketball draft Thursday.
I don't know nothing about that.
You don't know anything about football either.
I don't even know the team names for basketball. At least I know that.
You know who the Los Angeles Lakers are.
Yeah, just pick all the Lakers.
There you go.
That's what I did last year.
LeBron, Bronny,
Yeah, pick
Sprite Cranberry, you are my sunshine.
Sprite Cranberry's gas. Speaking of, that's top 5 drinks of all time for me.
Really?
Mhm.
Sprite with cranberry juice.
Well, it's just like Sprite Cranberry,
Oh, it's
like
flavor.
the season drink.
I got you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's fire.
LeBron,
It's good.
It's gas.
LeBron James has Sprite Cranberry, and Jimmy Butler has coffee.
Jimmy Butler needs to
And-
have wins in the regular season. That's what
Yes,
he
he
needs.
does.
Speaking of, never mind. I don't know if I can say that.
Probably not.
Yep.
It's not like really bad. It's just I didn't know if I could say that word on radio. I'll ask after.
Okay. And in Major League Baseball, we have the National League Championship Series tied at a game apiece, moving back to New York. American League Championship Series, the Yankees won last night, so they're up 1-0 on the Guardians. Game 2 is tonight, again in New York. So all the big money teams, except for Cleveland, are in the final 3. So,
Go Otani.
yeah.
Cleveland, yeah.
Little throwback for you guys. Back in 1982, Pete Vukovich was a pitcher on the Brewers, and he was diagnosed with a torn rotator cuff, which you always have to have surgery on.
Uh-huh.
But instead of getting surgery, he had them give him a cortisone shot.
What?
2 days later, he threw 11 innings and 173 pitches in a win over the Red Sox.
Oh my gosh.
What a guy.
Wait, that's crazy.
That's aura.
That's the old school
Aura.
baseball player for you. Now they can't even go, over 100 pitches.
Wow.
So it's a different era, I guess, right?
Hmm.
Good times produce soft men.
That's yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
Soft men produce hard times. Hard times produce great men.
And great men produce
Good times.
Good times and good times
And those
produce.
good times produce soft men.
Okay.
It's a circle. It's a circular thing.
Nice.
So, thinking about that, Caleb?
I was just thinking, imagine if they had like a league specifically for people who use like the steroids and stuff.
That'd be sick.
Smash.
That's
it
called
out of
rugby,
park
bro.
and stuff. That's just insane.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, Saturday Night Live did a skit where they had the all-drug Olympics, where steroids not only were allowed,
Whoa.
steroids were not allowed, they were encouraged. And it's a funny skit where Phil Hartman is playing a weightlifter, and he like pulls his arms out of the socket. Of course, the arms were fake, but it's
Yeah.
like, it's,
Man.
it's a great video. It's a great video.
That's
I
disarming.
want to now I want to see that. I want to see like I want to see the peak of human ability.
Facts.
Even though it's
It's
not
like an anime battle. Literally.
yeah.
Just watch 1980s wrestling. That's pretty much what it was.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, they had Hulk Hogan.
With like the Ultimate Warrior and those guys. So
Don't
Dragon
steroids
Warrior?
make you more susceptible to
Ultimate
being
Warrior.
injured? Like it makes your
But
fibers a little
Kung Fu
weaker, doesn't
Panda.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends what you're using or taking. Or look at the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line in the 1970s. Those guys all were roided up. They were jacked. They were jacked.
Maybe I think Troy Polamalu had to do something. There's no way he was that aggressive. Him and like Brian Dawkins and people like that. They had to do something.
Especially Brian Dawkins.
Dude, he would run out of the tunnel crawling like a dog. Like he had to do, but like that's not normal. He had to like. I don't even know.
No.
All right. On that note, Brennan's got to get to practice. So
He does.
We don't
Let's
want
not make him late.
We don't want him to be late.
He don't want to run anymore.
So again, Wildcats game Saturday at home, 2:00 against Texas College. Everyone be there or be square.
Word.
Word up.
All right.
Word.
That'll do it for this week's Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. For Danny Cobb.
Man, I don't got much to say. I'm just proud of all my teams, man. The Ravens on a 4-game win streak.
Danny's smiling right now.
You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
For Adán Wright.
Esports is going to be back next week. We'll be back.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. For Seth Bynog.
Again, and as always,
Cornball.
So.
Exactly, Jay Uso.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
Okay, I'm good.
Flock Nation, roll tide.
Brett's Brennan Maye-Jordan. Forgot to say his name.
I hope y'all lose next week.
Not a chance.
For Caleb Cole.
I'm not late. Everybody else is early.
What? Like, all right. Okay.
Oh, man. 40 minutes early.
40 minutes early.
Wait. I gotta open up the app. I forgot to take attendance today.
No.
Mark him tardy.
Mark
I
him-
forgot to take attendance
Yeah.
today.
Tardy. Nope.
Hold up, because it takes
Oh.
a minute to load in. Oh. Here we go. Here we go.
He really said yeet.
We got the circle.
Nice.
I don't know if we'll be able to get it in here.
No. No, it's not
It's not
loading.
loading.
No. Darn the school Wi-Fi.
Come on. All right, I turned off the Wi-Fi.
Who's our Wi-Fi
Seth
provider?
present. Danny present.
Yes.
Brennan present. Adán present. Caleb
Tardy.
tardy.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what you get, Caleb. This is what you get for having a negative record.
and that's your punishment.
Everything's going downhill. Now be here on time next week, and you'll do better. All right.
I'm gonna be.
No, I know the reason
I'm
you
gonna be
were
like
late.
sitting here in the dark, and y'all gonna walk in. I'm
Bet.
not gonna expect
Good.
You were late because you couldn't face me beating you.
Whoa.
Wow.
We got
Okay.
fighting words.
We'll fight off
Fighting words.
radio. Let's finish this up first.
I'm the Professor Al Quartermont. Thanks for listening, everyone, to the Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. Back to the music.
I'll see you later.